Fantastic. Perfect. Well, how are you today?
Yes, fine. Yes,
Good.
fine. I start preparing for BLAB exam after
Mm,
passing my OET.
well done.
So I
So,
think it was, uh, I think it is the big barrier for me, the English exam. But as well, I am so happy that I passed the exam in reasonable time. Maybe I spent around here to preparing the exam, and I am happy with that. I think
okay.
because it gives me the opportunity to develop my English skills.
Good, good. So you're feeling very good about your OET results right now?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe sometimes as a candidate, if we didn't pass in the first attempt, maybe we start to feel like annoyed or we are sad.
Mm.
But for me, I was looking in by another angle or another perspective that yes, there is a chance to develop my English skills. So I took it positively.
Excellent. Well, that's great to know. Can you just remind me what results you got for the OET test, Asa?
Yes, I got 350 in writing, and the others was 370.
Wow.
And
So
this is the third attempt for OET exam.
hmm
And yeah, before OET, I didn't take any exam. So my first journey with the English exam was OET. Yeah, in the first attempt, I took it with self-study.
hmm
So in this self-study, I got 2B with and C plus in reading,
hmm
and I got C, which is 250 in writing. So I my performance in writing was so yeah, it was a little bit when you compare it for the others poor.
Right. Well, that's good. And we saw you've managed to get your results from a C plus up to a B, and that's absolutely fantastic. I have so much respect for you for taking the exam a third time and this time passing, and that's all that really
Yeah,
matters.
yeah,
So,
thank you very
would you
much.
say that writing was the hardest part of OET for you?
Yeah, the writing was the hardest part for me because in the first attempt I actually went for exam without any feedback, to be honest with you.
Hmm
So I just was reading the letters and there was no feedback. No English teacher was
hmm
giving me the feedback for writing. That's why I didn't do very well in writing. However, in the second attempt, I recognized this problem,
hmm
so I start prescribing with the Swoosh English.
hmm
And the second attempt, I dramatically improved from 200 to 250 to 320.
hmm
So yeah, with a lot of performance. Uh, to be honest with you, in the second attempt, I was expecting that I will pass because
hmm
I uh, when I was doing the writing in the Facebook group, most the teacher's assessment was grade B or 4 plus.
hmm hmm
But when I got the C plus, maybe I asked myself why I didn't pass in writing. And
Yes.
there is, I think, another important tip I would like to inform in other candidates
True.
that when I started to write, when I am writing in my paper, I write something. For example, I write the actual letter. When I transfer it to the Facebook group, I was doing some changes. To be honest with you, sometimes when after preparing it, after writing it in a paper and transfer type it in the Facebook group, I was doing some editions, some
Uh-huh.
deletion of exactly. So the actual maybe the Facebook assessment was not perfectly 100% like was as I was writing.
Right. So
So yeah, exactly.
thanks for being honest about that.
Yeah,
Yes, it is very important that you do the writing corrections under the OET exam conditions, and
exactly.
you don't make the changes because, likewise, if you're not actually doing the writing corrections the way you're supposed to do them, then your score won't be accurate. And also, on the day of the exam, there can be many things which a lot of criteria, a lot of conditions which change your score. You might be writing on a case note that you're not sure about.
Mhm.
It might be a difficult case note. You might be nervous. You might be tired. You
Exactly.
might be stressed. And that can all affect your writing results. But all that matters is that you passed the third final time, which is absolutely fantastic. So would you say then, Asa, that the writing feedback was the most useful thing that you got from Swoosh English?
Yeah, the writing feedback, especially after the modification the Swoosh has made for the writing and the platform. So we were getting the actual comments.
Mm-hmm.
The comments was depend based on the criteria. So you will know that you have mistakes in purpose. Sometimes you know that have purpose and you have mistakes in, for example, in content or conciseness or clarity.
Mm-hmm.
So I was more specific and I was more I detected exactly my mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
and I was very keen to not to repeat my mistakes. So I was writing them on paper
Mm-hmm.
and repeating them with myself. And before writing in each next letter, I was very keen to not to repeat them,
Yes.
and that's why I was improving as well. Yeah,
That's good. So, yep, self-reflection is very, very important. We like to stress that at
exactly.
Swoosh English. If you go through that process, then you're going to obviously make that improvements, and you did, and that's great. So, writing corrections were very useful. Any other part of the package you thought was great?
Yeah, every other package. The first of all, the video classes for listening, for reading as well, and the mock tests. I think they were the most useful for me. But I have a word to give all our colleagues, doctors or nurses who would like to pass the exam. First of all, my advice: please give yourself the chance to improve your English. So don't rush to just book the exam and without any preparation. Maybe many of candidates are asking, what tips are you using in listening and what tips are you using in reading? My answer is the most important tip in listening, to listen to English.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first rule. The second, and for reading as well, you have to read articles, researches, so you can build up your vocabulary. This is the most important thing. Then you can use some strategies and can you try some strategies here or there which fits according to your abilities and your comfort, because sometimes I am using a specific tip which is not suitable for the other one. So I think the common factor here is to listen to English first of all, because it is an English exam.
Mm-hmm.
This is not medical exam. Maybe when I trying to take the exam the first attempt, I was thinking, yes, maybe I will pass it even without any preparation, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't pass. So it is an purely English exam, and you have to take it seriously. And as I told you, the most important thing that you give yourself the chance, because the language you cannot use you cannot learn the language in 1 or 2 or 3 days. You have to give your memory, give your the chance to absorb the
Yes.
language. Yeah, exactly. Because when you are upgrading your abilities, skills, and English, then yes, you can go to the exams.
This is all very good advice, very, very good advice. The more you study in English, the quicker you're going to pass the exam. The more effectively you
Yeah,
study with feedback, the faster you will pass the
yeah,
exam. And the more time you give yourself, we will give you a higher chance of passing the exam too. A lot of students come with only
yes.
1 week of preparation, maybe 1 week to 1 month. Often that's not enough. It does take a bit longer. So thank you for that great advice. Um, do you think you would have passed the OET exam if it wasn't for your package at Swoosh English, Asa?
Yes, I think social give me dramatic improvement on the writing, especially in writing, because as I told you, the writing and speak they need feedback. So maybe sometimes, to be honest with you, the listening reading you can use the, as I told you, the most important thing that you have to read, you have to listen.
Mm-hmm.
But as well, Swoosh give us the strategy, the tips, and the mock tests. And as you know now, because there is OET at home, so you can try this OET mock test as
Mm-hmm.
an example if you would like. I'm talking if you are in a country that they are not holding the exam due to of COVID-19 pandemic now.
Precisely.
So Yeah, exactly. So the Swoosh English uh, are were very helpful, especially in giving the feedback, especially in writing. And I recommend all of them to watch the because there were a lot of corrections, a lot of maybe you can write, for example, 2 3 papers, but without feedback you cannot pass. This is the truth that everyone has to know. Yeah.
I agree with that. And thank you very much for that great advice as well. Can you just remind me what package you were taking, Asa?
Yeah, I was saying OET premium package.
Mm.
Yeah, and after I used all my writing corrections in the second exam, I took another package for just for writing correction, and were very helpful and very well organized, especially after, as I told you, the changes that Swoosh has made for the writing correction service was very helpful. I think.
So,
Yeah.
what are your plans now that you've got your OET test? Like, what's the next steps for yourself?
So the next step, I will do the PLAB exam because I need to do a prepare. I need to start to
Mm-hmm.
PLAB one. So actually, I started. I bought some books for PLAB exam and start preparing. And I will see my performance. If I feel that I am doing very well in mock test, maybe I will go for booking the PLAB one. Yeah.
Right, fantastic. So that sounds absolutely great, and I think that your results for your OET exam through Swoosh English is a massive motivation to
Exactly.
many students. Asa, and thank you very much for taking the time to talk today. If you had to tell the students who are taking the OET exam one thing that would help them pass, what would your advice be to them?
First of all, give yourself the chance to the exam. So don't rush to book the exam.
Mm-hmm.
Second most important tip, please subscribe with one of OET premium preparation provider. This is
Mm-hmm.
the most important tip for any candidate. So don't spend your money of doing the exam to second, third, fourth, and you will maybe sometimes you are thinking that this package is a little bit expensive. Yeah, but if even if it is expensive, if you see it like expensive, I think it will save more money if you're taking exam second, third, and fourth,
Mm-hmm.
especially during this difficult time of COVID-19, because not all the exam now venue are ready to hold the exam. So I really recommend anyone without any hesitation to go to subscribe with one of OET premium preparation provider.
Right. And as you pointed out there, the OET exam is not cheap. And if you're taking it 2, 3, 4, 5 times, then you're going to spend more money than
Yes,
paying for even a premium
exactly.
package with Swoosh, which will hopefully, as it has done with
Yeah.
yourself and other students, made them pass the next time they've taken the OET exam. So that's great advice. Thank you very much for that, Asa. So thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us today. I really, really, really am happy to hear that you've passed the OET exam and you're now going through the next steps with your registration here. So once again, great result, great luck.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely fantastic to hear your results. I think that many students who watch this interview will find it an inspiration, and hopefully they will get the same results with you, with the same wisdom that you have regarding your OET preparation. They really, really appreciate that.
Yeah,
So thank you very much. Keep in touch, Asa. Let us know about the
you
next
are
steps
welcome.
of your process working as a medical professional here. We look forward to hearing all about that. So thanks a lot for taking the time today. Have a great day, and hopefully speak to you soon.
Thank you very much. Thank
You're,
you very much.
you're very welcome. Take care.